Hey everyone, it's the Vegan Preppers here for a couples chat, kind of discussing a few things in our lives and then getting into, I think, what will end up being a really interesting conversation about like the prepper tendency to obsess with various scenarios. So yeah, first off, I guess we will talk about what we did this morning.
Crushed it.
Nice. Yep.
We did a charity virtual race for Survival International. My little t-shirt on. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Survival International, it is an organization that fights for the rights of indigenous people who are having their lands taken away for things like cattle farming and animal agriculture, food crops for animal agriculture. So people who have lived in places for hundreds and thousands of years, not hundreds of thousands of years, hundreds and thousands of years.
Yeah. You said that.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
I mumble sometimes. All the time. Because people are having their land stolen from them, really, because they don't have a piece of paper that says that they have a legal claim to it, even though they've lived there forever. So big companies are being able to push them out by lobbying the legislators. Mm-hmm. So this organization helps those people, and I feel like that's a good thing.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. Burning down the Amazon for freaking cattle farming. I mean, how does anybody not look at that and think that is like so stupid?
Gotta have my beef.
I mean, like, even if you're not vegan, shouldn't it make you nervous that they are burning the Amazon to do, like, anyway, sorry, it's just, yeah. It's, anyway.
So it's multifaceted.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have a heart for the people. I actually started my vegan journey because of people. So I stopped eating pork because, gosh, I forget what the documentary was.
I think it was What the Hell.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
And the guy was talking to these people who lived in this community that was largely pig farming, and they were just talking about how low their quality of life was because of the practices of the pig farmers and what they were allowed to get away with. They're having serious health issues and just really low quality of life, and they're just kind of stuck, because how do you sell a house that's right next to a pig farm? So
right.
you're stuck. So that day I stopped eating pork and I never ate it again. Yeah. That was before I went vegan, because I wasn't thinking about the animals, I was thinking about the people. I couldn't bear to be eating a product that was putting suffering into those people's lives. So we don't just care about animals, we care about people.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
It impacts people. For sure. Yeah, it's definitely not only about animals. And I know people do accuse vegans about caring only about animals. That's definitely not true for us. There's probably some vegans out there who are like that, but we're not.
Yeah, it's such a multifaceted issue where It's not just about the animals, it's not just about the people, it's not just about the environment, it's not just about your health. It's all those things and more. And it's just, anything we can do to make a little bit of impact in someone's life. So, we could have just donated money, but I don't know. Doing something seems like doing something.
Yes, and I mean, we did. There were race fees.
Yes.
That go to support the organization. Yeah. So yeah.
So then,
but
hopefully
raising awareness. So go check out Survival International. It's survivalinternational.org. I don't know if it's gonna even. There you go. survivalinternational.org. But yeah.
So yeah, check those guys out. Doing some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So you did your first 5K?
I did.
And I did my my first 10K while wearing sandals.
Yes. So the original plan, I guess if anybody is watching who watched the last couple chat, the original plan was for both of us to do the race in sandals, but I ended up injuring my foot pretty badly. So actually I haven't been walking at all this last little bit. So it was interesting. I was just like, we're just going to go full Goggins on this thing. I'm going to just go through that whole race like David Goggins, just like, it doesn't even matter. We're just going to go and do it. And I did. I was really surprised at how easy it was. I was expecting it to be way harder. Even though it was kind of difficult, there was a lot of hilly terrain. Because we did it on a trail locally at a park that's like still kind of very much in nature, and it's, you know, going around these like little mountains that are in our city. And so they do have a designated 5K trail there, and that's the trail that we did. So I did it once and Adam did it twice in his sandals. But yeah, I'm really surprised. I'm also really surprised at how like not sore I am. I'm not exhausted. I feel good. Like,
I'm so sore.
Yeah.
I'm unbelievably sore.
But yeah, I don't know, maybe I will be tomorrow, but like I don't know, like normally I end up with kind of like a tweaky back, or like I just feel amazing. So it's like all the plants, so that is one of the things, right, that a lot of athletes, especially like if you're an athlete before you go vegan or plant-based, and then after you go plant-based, it's like there's a huge difference in recovery time, right? You recover faster.
Yeah.
Have you found that to be true? Because you were the one who was like athletic before. I have not been athletic before, if you can't tell.
I've muscle soreness has been less, and recovery time seems to be faster.
Yeah.
Which I guess is saying something, because I've been, I guess, training pretty heavily for over 10 years.
Long time. Yeah. So you started in your 20s.
Yeah.
And now you're 40 and you're saying recovery time is faster.
Yes.
So it's the plants. It really is. There's more to it. Yeah, again, this is kind of the multifaceted thing where it's like there's, you know, it's not just good for animals and people in the environment. It's like it's good for you. You know. And then it's like you're less inflammatory, and so you just recover faster and are not as sore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sore right now because I gave 100% effort on a 10K in sandals.
Yeah, you were going for a personal best.
It wasn't a personal best. It was good time in sandals.
Okay.
It's slower than my fastest 10K, but...
Okay. All right.
That was... Fastest 10K was right in the middle of marathon training and wearing shoes.
Okay. Okay.
So,
all right, cool.
I'm not a master of the sandals yet, so...
Yeah.
I'm working into it, so...
But you're loving the sandals.
I love running in sandals. People look at me like I'm such a freak. It's so funny. I laugh every time somebody's like, what's going on?
I know we were laughing like as we were, because I was finishing up my 5K and he had already done his laps. Actually, I took a wrong turn because I feel like the trail was poorly marked. I don't know.
One spot it was, yes.
Yeah. It was
the
like,
important spot.
like, what happened? Like, and all of a sudden I'm by a golf course and I was like, wait, I thought I was doing like a nature hike or something. And so I went really far and then I went back. Anyway, basically I ended up adding an extra half mile to my distance. So I did more like a 6K.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, so I was really a lot the tail end. Actually, I might have finished roughly the same time.
You would have.
As you, had I not done that.
Yep.
That detour.
You were only 0.6 of a mile from the finish line when I came back to you.
Right. Okay. So then he came back, and we were walking together. And then I was laughing because I was like, "What's more conspicuous, the fat chick doing the 5K or the guy in the sandals running around?" And it was like, "Gosh, we can't decide who's more conspicuous on this trail right now." But yeah.
Because I'm like in like full high-tech running gear, you know, all the technical fabrics and all that, and a pair of like chunks of wood on my feet, basically, you know.
Well, they're earth runners. They're not like, they're not. They're
chunks of wood.
Actually really good shoes, but yeah.
Yes, they've been amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like as you scroll down, it's like, did you forget to put your shoes on this morning? Or
Yeah. Did you see? Oh, you said like you had an encounter with a guy last week, like a runner guy on the trail.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, he looked like a real serious. I don't know, he was dressed like an ultra runner. Doesn't mean he was an ultra runner, but he was dressed like one, and he was looking real serious, like sometimes people do when they're running and unhappy. But we were going opposite directions on the trail, and it was like up this little rise. So we kind of both peaked at the same time, and he was looking all like, you know, I'm tough ultra runner, cool guy. And then he looks at me, and he's just like, whatever, dude. And then you could see his eyes go down to my feet, and he's like, oh, hey, man. It's like, this guy's crazy like
Respect.
me. Respect.
Right? Like all of a sudden,
Hey.
respect. You're serious too. Yeah, it was just so funny.
Yeah, very weird interaction, but
Yeah.
I get all kinds of them out there in sandals.
Yeah.
I'm trail running solely in sandals now. I haven't done any trail running in shoes in quite a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, earth runners themselves are based off of, and I can't remember what the name of it is. I can like put it right here. Some sort of indigenous running sandal in South America.
I don't remember. Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
It's all talked about in the book. Can't remember.
All right.
Gosh dang.
I'll put it right here.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna
It's
make
like
a
barefoot
note.
running book.
I'm gonna make a note for myself.
It's like the biggest running book ever, and I can't remember what it's called.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully it's there.
I will. I'll put it. I'll find it. Well, you'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll put it. Okay. Anyway.
So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, I feel good. So that was my first 5K. I'm gonna go back and do some more. I think it was fun. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I'm gonna start working towards a half marathon in the sandals.
Yeah, that's cool. And that was really the main reason you didn't do a half marathon this time, was because you didn't want to like.
Didn't want to kill myself. This is new Adam style. I'm taking my time and working into something rather than just destroying myself and then being injured for 6 weeks and then starting over.
I'm taking old Adam style, apparently. Just like, I don't care. I'm just gonna go do it.
Just gonna do it.
It's like I was starting and my foot hurt while I was starting. Like, it just, yeah, it's fine. But it ended up being fine. So now I think the worst I have right now is the blister. It's like a quarter-sized blister on the back of my foot. But yeah.
My feet feel awesome, but my calves are so mad at me.
Yeah. Anyway, so yay, we did our race. I feel very happy about that. Okay, so that was a really long time talking about a race. But
hey,
cool.
It's all about prepping our bodies.
It is. Yeah, you know what that reminds me? Even like the veganism, I feel in a weird way is kind of about prepping, because it's like the long-term shelf life of the earth.
And our bodies.
Like, well, yeah, but it's just like, you know, there's so much more. Is like that. I think about that all the time too. Is like everybody's so obsessed with the end of the world, and I wonder, what if it doesn't end? What am I doing to prepare if the world never ends? Which is why, like, I do, like, it does matter to me to be a good steward of this earth that we've been given and all of that. So anyway,
Yeah.
it's just a thought that I have sometimes. It's like, yeah, what if nothing happens? What if we continue on for another few thousand years just the way we are? You know, like, we gotta make sure that we're thinking about future generations. And
yeah, if we take
not?
really good care of it now, then maybe people in the future won't have to prep quite as hard.
maybe,
They won't be looking at the world falling apart.
yeah. Anyway, all right, cool.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
One day we'll see.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I would say we'd look down from heaven, but I'm probably going to be busy in heaven.
Yeah.
I don't know that I think that people in heaven actually look down on earth, but yeah.
Full marathon, streets of gold. First day. You and me, Jesus. Do it.
I like it. Okay, all right. So, goals. We were going to discuss some of our goals.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's funny because one of the goals... Hi. What's in your mouth? Oh, your vitamins.
She apparently doesn't like her vitamins anymore, so she takes 4 hours to eat them.
Yeah. doesn't feel like a treat
You
anymore.
don't like the candy flavored gummy vitamins anymore?
Yes, it's sage.
Chew and swallow, sweetheart.
But anyway, so we had some goals, and it's funny because I was putting some of this stuff down for our next couple chat, and it's old. So one of our goals was we were talking about creating new... Oh my gosh, we gotta go take care of that. Wait a second. Okay, we are back. We had some emergency hand washing to do.
There's all the hair in the world stuck to her hands all of a
This
sudden.
is from holding the gummy vitamins and her hands got all sticky. Anyway, okay. So, the goals that we had, so one of the things that we were talking about is building canning shelves, so shelves specific to holding canning jars in this closet right here where the mirror is. And actually I had the door open so that you could see those shelves in my most recent videos. I talked about canning, I talked about dehydrating and whatnot. But yeah, so those are already done. So like we had this idea, and then you had the parts in the garage.
Yep.
Right, like the whatever board you
I had some
used.
shelf boards that were, I don't even remember where they came from, but yeah, I just used stuff I had lying around. All I had to do was go and buy some screws. So.
Right. Yeah, and then so we being Adam put the shelves in.
Good job.
And so now I have shelving for home canned goods in there, so that's very happy for me. Like I was running out of room for stuff elsewhere, so it's just like this constant thing that we have to kind of tweak, and we're moving forward bit by bit and little by little. And so yeah, just like accomplishing little goals at a time here and there. Okay, so this is why we never film couple chats. Anyway, Firebox Nano kits for the car. They come like this. But I went ahead and already pulled one out just so you guys could see. So this is mainly about having something where if you got stuck somewhere, it's like something that you could. Oh, and there's also like matches in the car and stuff for fire. And then eventually we're going to have probably some dehydrated foods in there that we will be cycling in and out. We're still trying to figure out and do research. And once we figure it out, we will put a video up because our situation is so specific to here. And I guess the number in the central Arizona, Phoenix Valley, it's mainly like the extreme heat that we experience in summer.
Inside of cars get up to close to 180 degrees in the summertime. So anything you have in there has to be heat resistant.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and so we'll have something that theoretically food that's going to last a while. I somehow always manage to do this wrong. There we go. It's because both of the sides of the tin look exactly the same. So trying to figure out which one you open is not the easiest. But anyway, so this is just like in case you were stuck on the side of the road and then you have your little dehydrated instant meal and you've got your probably in little instant meals, and you've got your water and whatnot. So this is just like a way of controlling a fire and being able to feed sticks in. So I have a larger firebox stove, which I really love. And then now I've got the nanos, which are for the car, but are also in our minds, like gonna kind of double as potential bug out bag.
Yeah.
Kind of things to put in the bug out bags. So that's what it looks like. And then you would put your pot here, and then here's where the sticks would feed in. Or you just light a fire right there, and you're able to put a cup here. The other kind of nice thing about the firebox is you can, or the nano in particular, is you can turn these either way, so that if you have a very small pot, you can put that here. So anyway, I got 3 of these for Mother's Day because one is going to go in each one of our vehicles to be part of our car kit, with the potential to grab them and move them into a bug out bag type thing. These are very light.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy how light it is.
It's about 4.5 ounces. No,
Right.
6 ounces. 6 ounces. The titanium ones are 4 ounces.
The titanium ones are 4 ounces. Okay. So, and then the other kind of nice thing I like about the little thing is the fact that the ashes drop, and then you could potentially even have like traceless or no trace cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they call it? No trace cooking?
No idea. something like that.
You don't have to let anyone know you were there. So you can catch everything here. Anyway, it's just great. So at some point we're probably going to be doing demos, and I kind of also want to do some side-by-side demos of this one plus the big one, because we have a big one too.
Yeah.
The big one is great, but it's a lot heavier. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's maybe close to a couple pounds, maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, they're great. They just pack right up, and yeah, it's awesome. So we have that now.
Yeah.
And that's for the car kits. And so
Yeah.
we're gonna continue building those, and as soon as we finalize that and figure out all of the specific things that we need, we'll do a video on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now we have the water in there.
Yes.
Which is number one.
I have a lot more stuff in my truck.
Yeah.
I am very prepared in my truck as far as like weird stuff.
Yeah.
You know, getting stuck, breaking down. I have a lot of tools, but I'm a mechanic, so if something breaks down, a lot of stuff I can fix. So
Right.
I'll be putting together some kind of a toolkit for Kathy's car, so that when we're in it, I have something with me besides
Mm-hmm.
you know, a pair of pliers.
And a hot chick.
You still have company. But yeah, in those instances when you do have trouble, you know, whether it be an accident or a breakdown, yeah, you want to make sure you can take care of yourself until help arrives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and so like for us for now, I guess like I said, we've got the water in there, and what we need to do now is probably maybe like as soon as we're done filming, get those umbrellas in the car.
Yeah.
Because we have some relatively large umbrellas that like clip, or not clip, but like screw. So anyway, it's like just kind of, again, it's coming into summer, so it's like we're thinking about what we're potentially going to be dealing with, and that's like needing water and needing some source of shade.
Yeah.
And yeah. Among other things, of course. So, excuse me. Sorry if I just made someone yawn.
It's something to think about for anybody that lives in, well, I guess really anybody that lives anywhere. It's especially tough here in the summertime. If you get a flat tire, it's extremely hot. The car is extremely hot. The ground is extremely hot, and then the ambient is extremely hot. So one, knowing how to change a tire gets you back to shelter more quickly, so that you're not sitting on the side of the road waiting for someone to come rescue you. And having gloves in your car for cold, for hot. If you've never tried to change a tire in the heat, bare hands, it's basically not doable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tire temperatures and wheel temperatures get really high.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
No, that's good. That's a good point.
Anything you can do to keep moving,
Yeah.
better than sitting there cooking.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. All right, cool. So, now that we're like 25 minutes in, should we get into our main subject, or the main thing we're going to talk about? These end up being long anyway. I guess people know at this point.
They're so interesting.
Yeah. So I got the yawns. I'm so sorry. I always feel really bad. Like, what if I'm yawning and somebody else starts yawning because I was yawning? And anyway, okay. So
I'm fighting it right now. Fighting it so hard.
You are. I'm sorry. See, I'm sorry. I started it.
Yep.
Okay. So specific subjects. Oh my gosh. So yes, one of the things in the prepper community, right, is all the videos where people discuss their theories about, you know, the various things that are going on. And I actually really like that. I like watching those videos. I watch them all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, I think city prepping has to be one of my favorites, because he's always got really concisely laid out information that's very good, and it doesn't ever feel like fear mongering or like over the top anything, and he's just always kind of like chill and like, it's good.
Yeah, very informative.
I also really like my newest subscription. I have subscribed now to Alaska Prepper. He's like my new favorite. I just love him so much. I don't know, he's my new favorite human. So I just is like, there's no way he's watching, but I'm like, hi Rudy. He's not watching, but like, I just really, really appreciate him. I appreciate his heart. I appreciate his attitude and just like the way that he is. I was actually starting to feel like insecure about trying to be a prepper channel, but being like all like peppy and sunny, because like nobody's like that.
Very serious.
But I feel like Rudy at Alaska Prepper ends up being, if he's not like sunny necessarily, but he's really happy and like just a neat, nice guy, and it's like, oh
yeah,
I can do it too. And if people get sick of it, you can be on more.
I am less bubbly. But still nice.
Yes, you are nice. But yeah. Anyway, so yes, I love watching those videos. But I don't know if you want to talk now. I've talked a lot.
Go ahead. Keep it going.
Oh, it's just, it's just like scenarios, and you think about this and that. And like a lot of times there's a lot of really good information, that kind of will flag like, oh, yeah, that's a good little tweak that I can make. So for instance, I think one of the videos that Magic Prepper put out, he was talking about, in disaster situations, typically, or just in general, anytime, society breaks down, violence towards women increases. Like, it's just true. And so he was talking about, like, for his daughters, he's got boy clothes packed in their bug-out bags so that he's going to dress his daughters up like girls. Daughters up like boys, in, some serious situation. And it's like, oh my gosh, like that's a really good idea. So like we are putting boy clothes into Sage's kit, for our bug-out bags and stuff like that. So stuff like that, where you're like, oh yeah, like that's a really good idea. Like, like little pieces here and there. But I think overall, it's possible to get kind of overly caught up in the specific things. And yeah, we were kind of talking about it a little bit.
Yeah. I was commenting the other day to Kathy that I kind of like get a little stressed out by all the videos with like all the different things, because it's like, oh my gosh, there's another thing that's going on. There's another thing.
Yeah. The
world's gonna fall apart and that's a new thing. And it's like I haven't finished processing the last thing that the world was in danger for. Now there's a new thing that the world's in danger for, and and not like freaking out, but just kind of like the way my brain works is that I see a problem and I try to solve the problem, and until the problem is solved, my brain keeps trying to work on it. So
that's what makes you a good mechanic.
Yes.
For sure.
So when I have these like 10 problems in front of me that I don't really have solutions for, because the solutions are somewhat tied to the not real thing, I work the problem. Like, what would if this happened? What would we do? And it's like, what would we do?
Yeah.
So you don't really know until you do.
Right.
But so that being said, the solution to all that really is, what do you prep for?
Yeah.
And really it's you prep for all of that.
Right.
So what do you need? What are your basic needs?
Yeah, no matter what happens, what are your basic needs?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So you need water,
Mm-hmm.
most quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You need food, you need shelter, you need protection.
You need a means of cooking the food without power.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe cover some basic sanitation.
Yeah.
Bucket toilet. Things like that. Pile of wood chips to use in the bucket toilet. So it's like you kind of piecemeal together the very basics of human survival, the basics of human life. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. So if there's a giant drought that's going to be affecting everybody and stop food from getting to us, stop people from being able to grow food, government may start to restrict water usage, whatever. So what do we need in a scenario like that? Well, we need water stores, we need food, we need shelter, protection, means of cooking that food without power, basic sanitation, especially if water gets turned off. We need the bucket toilet. We need, okay, awesome, sweet. So what if there's an EMP and everything shuts down and like you can't buy anything, you can't do anything, you don't have communication, you don't have anything. So what do you need in that situation? Well, you need some water stores, you need some food, the means of cooking that food, shelter, protection, basic sanitation. It's like, no matter what, it's like, what do your needs don't change, no matter what scenario it happens to be. So while I do definitely like to be informed and kind of be aware of things before they happen, ultimately the focus, I believe, has to be on maintaining the basic preps.
Yep. Yeah, to not get distracted by needing something for some specific, very unlikely circumstance.
Right. Like, don't invest in EMP shields before you have, like at least 3 months of food, or like at least even 3 months of water set aside. We're not quite to 3 months yet. We're getting really close though. So, yeah. It's like, don't invest in these kind of weird, extra random things, I would think, without covering the basics.
Yeah. You don't need a brick of gold sitting on your countertop if you don't have any food in the house.
Right. Right. Yeah, like if the dollar collapses and everything is worthless, and whatever. So what do you need in that situation? You need water, you need food, it doesn't change. Like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Food would probably become the new currency.
Yep.
So, yeah.
You probably get a lot with nice jars of canned potatoes.
Canned potatoes. Everybody loves the canned potatoes. Oh my gosh. I was actually just talking about that in the canning video. Everybody loves the canned potatoes. So anyway. Yeah. So anyway. That's my jar though.
It's true.
I'm giving up my jar.
You can have potatoes, but...
It's like, I'll open it and dump it in a bowl for you, but you can't have my jar. So anyway. Nobody gets my jars. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway.
Hard to come by right now.
Right. But anyway, yeah, so that was just kind of like the thing that was in my mind, thinking about that. And then, yeah, you were talking about your need to work the problem. And so, I don't know if that helps you at all.
Yeah.
Like to kind of go back to that.
Realize the solution is already in play.
Right. We're still working towards more.
Yeah.
For sure. So I'm, now, gosh. Now my goal is 6 months of water, and we are in the works on that.
I'm trying to source some hopefully affordable 275-gallon water tanks.
Yes.
They're not water tanks, they're food grade tanks that used to hold soybean oil.
Right. So
they've gone up in price. Crazy.
Right? We should have gotten them.
They've doubled in price, actually.
The first time we saw it, and we're like, oh, that's a good idea. We should have jumped on it. But of course, just with things going on, stuff is skyrocketing. So,
yep.
Yeah, we got to get on that now. So, we're going to get that together because we already have, like I said, quite a bit of stores. But yeah, at least 6 months worth of water, and then 1 year of food. And I know that's like, like I have to prep where I can and, do so. The 1 year of food goal, or I don't know, it's like, anyway, you know what I mean? You have to kind of prioritize where you're going. But we have discussed before that as far as any kind of disaster type situation, I don't really believe that we would be able to sit here for very long. We've mentioned that many times on the channel. We're in the middle of the city. It doesn't matter how much plywood we get for our windows, which is also skyrocketed in price now. It doesn't matter.
10 times as expensive.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much security we put on this house. We will not be able to maintain the security of this house in the middle of the city if, something horrible happened and we lost rule of law. I would estimate maximum like 3 months.
It would be really bad after 3 months. So
like trying to camp out here. So a lot of my reasoning behind wanting an entire year though is because we have people that we love around us. So I've got some family, and then we have our godson and his family, and they are all people that I'm considering as part of our preps. So if things got really bad, those are the people on our list of people that we would invite into our home to eat our food stores. It's not really anybody else.
No.
Unfortunately, like you can't feed literally everyone, because for every person you add, that drops the amount of food that you actually have. Actually, I should show the calculations. I've done calculations before, and you can watch the supply shrink from a month all the way down to like 3 days, depending on how many people are eating that store. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, you have plenty of food, and it's like, well, not really. So the point is to hopefully get everyone else to prep their own food. Because I look like I have a lot, but when you do the math,
it goes very fast.
I don't have a lot. So anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of the thing. I think a lot of people are like that too. Like they're prepping for more than just themselves.
Yeah. You're not going to have your family come to the door starving and you go, you should listen to us 6 months ago.
Yeah. I mean, 1 year could potentially help us, of course, too. Like if there were some sort of situation, injury, job loss, move. We were talking about like if we buy a property and we move, and the expenses to be able to eat from our stores for like a whole year and not have to buy food, like how much that could help us with being able to do like a big move like that, things like that. So there's many reasons why having a store of food is good. But as far as a disaster goes, I'm not expecting that we would even be sitting for a year eating our food. It's gonna be more like 3 months, I think, before we're gonna have to like hoof it into the desert.
Yeah.
If we're even still alive. So whatever. We'll be in heaven, not looking, because we'll be busy. He's going to be running his marathon with Jesus. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing.
Jesus wears sandals. He probably put some miles down.
Yeah. I'll just be sitting. Maybe I'll sit in a mansion by myself for a while. I can see it now. That'll be my busy. I'm busy resting. So, yeah. All right. I guess that's probably it. Yeah, I guess just let us know your comments down below. Yeah, what do you think about any of the things that we have said? Just comment, and we love reading your comments. We love it. So yeah. Guess that's it. He loves it.
Loves what?
Reading the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. I do.
Sorry, see, we just need you on the channel more. That it would be like a real prepping channel. We have like a serious guy on there, being serious.
Comment down below.
Serious. Okay, all right. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Yes, even though we're a prepping channel, we hope all that for you. All right. See you guys later. Bye.